The relationship between Canada and the United States has always been complex, influenced by a variety of factors including trade, political climates, and leadership styles. Recently, discussions have centered around the potential for tariffs imposed by the Trump administration, sparking concerns within Canadian circles. The Canadian ambassador has expressed that despite Canada's efforts to present a comprehensive border plan, there remains a lack of assurance that these tariffs can be avoided. To fully understand the implications of this statement, it is essential to explore the historical context of trade relations between Canada and the U.S. Canada is one of the largest trading partners of the United States, with extensive trade ties that have developed over decades. The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, which was implemented in 1994, created a framework that allowed for relatively free trade between the two nations, benefiting both economies. However, trade agreements are often susceptible to changes in political leadership and economic priorities. The election of Donald Trump in 2016 marked a significant shift in U.S. trade policy, as he advocated for a more protectionist approach. This included the renegotiation of NAFTA, which ultimately led to the creation of the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA. While this new agreement retained many of the benefits of NAFTA, it also introduced new regulations and provisions that could affect trade flows. Tariffs are taxes imposed on imported goods, and they can have profound effects on international trade. Under the Trump administration, tariffs were applied to various goods, particularly steel and aluminum. These tariffs were framed as necessary measures to protect American industries, but they also stirred controversy and led to retaliatory measures from affected countries, including Canada. The ambiguity surrounding the potential for tariffs creates uncertainty for Canadian businesses and policymakers. The Canadian ambassador's statement reflects a significant concern. Despite efforts to present a robust border plan aimed at addressing trade issues, there is no guarantee that these measures will protect Canada from the imposition of tariffs. This uncertainty complicates planning for Canadian companies and raises questions about the overall stability of the trade relationship. In response to these challenges, Canada has proposed a detailed border plan designed to facilitate trade while addressing the concerns raised by the U.S. This plan likely includes measures to enhance security, streamline customs processes, and promote economic cooperation between the two countries. The goal of such a plan would be to demonstrate to the U.S. that Canada is a reliable trading partner, willing to collaborate on issues of mutual interest. However, the effectiveness of this plan is contingent on the political landscape in the U.S. and the willingness of the Trump administration to engage in constructive dialogue. The lack of assurance from U.S. officials regarding the avoidance of tariffs indicates that the political climate remains volatile, making it challenging for Canada to navigate its trade strategy. The uncertainty surrounding tariffs has significant implications for Canadian businesses. Companies that rely on exports to the U.S. face increased risks if tariffs are imposed. Manufacturers, in particular, could see their profit margins shrink as they are forced to absorb the costs of tariffs or pass them on to consumers. Smaller businesses may lack the financial resilience to withstand such shocks, leading to potential layoffs and reduced economic activity. Moreover, the erosion of trust in the trade relationship could lead to long-term consequences. Businesses thrive in stable environments with predictable regulations. If tariffs become a regular tool of trade policy, it could deter investment and hinder growth prospects for Canadian industries. The potential for tariffs is not just an issue isolated to Canada and the U.S. It also has implications for the global economy. Trade tensions can create ripple effects, impacting supply chains and leading to increased prices for consumers. As countries around the world grapple with their economic recoveries post-pandemic, stability in trade relationships is crucial. Furthermore, the broader geopolitical landscape plays a role in shaping trade dynamics. As countries navigate their relationships with one another, trade policy becomes a tool for asserting influence and negotiating power. Canada's position as a trading partner is influenced by its relationships with other nations, including China and members of the European Union. The interplay of these relationships adds another layer of complexity to the discussion surrounding tariffs. Given the uncertainty surrounding tariffs, it is essential for Canada to adopt a multifaceted approach to its trade strategy. This includes continuing to engage in dialogue with U.S. officials to advocate for equitable trade practices, while also diversifying trade relationships with other countries. By reducing reliance on a single trading partner, Canada can enhance its economic resilience and mitigate the risks associated with potential tariffs. Additionally, Canada could explore opportunities to collaborate with U.S. businesses and industries that would benefit from a stable trade environment. By highlighting the interconnectedness of the economies, Canadian officials can work to foster goodwill and mutual understanding, which may ultimately lead to more favorable outcomes regarding tariffs. The Canadian ambassador's statement regarding the lack of assurance in avoiding Trump tariffs underscores the complexities of international trade relationships. As Canada navigates this uncertain landscape, it is imperative to remain proactive in its trade strategy, fostering cooperation and strengthening ties while also preparing for potential challenges. In doing so, Canada can work towards a more stable and prosperous economic future, regardless of the political winds that may blow across the border.